We now move to a key milestone for Dexian, the launch of HireLogic, a powerful new service capability designed to bring greater intelligence, speed, and consistency to the hiring process. HireLogic combines data-driven insights, structured evaluation, and technology-led decision-making to help organizations identify the right talent faster, reduce bias, and improve overall hiring outcomes at scale. To officially introduce this capability and share both the strategic vision and practical application of HireLogic, it is my pleasure to invite Mr. Dhamodharan M., Manager Solutions at Dexian India Private Limited, to kindly step forward on stage along with Ms. Damini, Senior Portfolio Leader, DIS Consulting, onto the stage, where both of them will take it together and they will walk us through the HireLogic service capability and what it means for our clients and partners.
Thank you, Jyoti. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Damini Patel. I work as a Senior Portfolio Leader with Dexian India. I am responsible for delivery and stakeholder management for our GCC clients like Amazon, LinkedIn, CME Group, ExxonMobil, and NetApp. We have integrated our candidate management platform with HireLogic, an AI-driven note-taking tool enabling smarter and efficient recruitment. I would like to invite Damo, who's a solution architect managing COTS, commercial off-the-shelf applications. He has delivered end-to-end Zoho implementation for Dexian India, as well as for several commercial businesses. Damo will walk us through a quick demo and show how this integration works seamlessly into our hiring workflow, enhancing efficiency and decision-making. Welcome, Damo.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Dhamodharan. I'm a solution architect with DIS Solutions. And now, to run through, right? So 2025 was a great year for Dexian India. We have onboarded close to around 1,300 employees and an average of like around 3 interviews per hire, and considering all the rejections and the misalignments, right? So we are looking somewhere close to around 5,000 interviews that happened in our ecosystem alone. And nowadays, like almost all the recruiters are using any AI notes taker in their work environment that would be taking notes for them. And if at all you take any notes taker, right? So they would be giving all your transcripts, and you have to transcribe it into a specific format, update into your system of records. So just to keep your system of records intact and up to date, right? So you will be consuming somewhere around at least 5 minutes for each and every record. So consider these whole equations, right? So we are looking at somewhere close to around at least 50 work days to just keep your work records updated. So the solution that we are introducing today is like, we'll be able to automate the entire solution, and you'll be saving on the entire 50 man days in your ecosystem. For any solution to work, right, so we have identified a couple of problem statement that made us to go and work on this particular solution. So the first one is like their interview feedback. There was scattered in multiple ecosystems. So one was in email, somewhere in Teams, somewhere in in memory of recruiters or the interviewers. And the evaluations criteria varies different by recruiter because there was no standard benchmarking, right? So the interview criteria varied with each and every interviewer and recruiter. And there was like no consistent way to compare all the candidates. So for a same role, like there will be different way to evaluate the candidates. And all the interview outcomes were thoroughly based upon the individual judgments of the interviewers as well. So this problem lead to certain core business impact as well. So the first one is like, a slower and prolonged hiring process. What should have been a couple of days have dragged into multiple weeks just to hire a set of candidates. And there was inconsistent candidate evaluation. So when a particular recruiter could have or interviewer could have selected a particular candidate, right, the other interviewer would have rejected. So there was no proper standard candidate evaluation, and there was a high risk of interviewer bias that was happening in the system, and there was limited data sets that was in hiring decisions. So it's more like the interviews data were generating huge amounts of data, but the insights doesn't scale with the systems. So what we did is we started to look at solutions where how we can integrate the system of records for hiring managers and the business into one single ecosystem, and that is where the integration between Zoho Recruit and HireLogic came into picture. So what changes with this integration is so all the interview records will be automatically updated in both systems. So your AI agent will join your call as any other person. It will take the entire notes and it will update in the relevant system of records. And your interview evaluation will be consistent across candidates and the roles. And you'll be creating objective signals rather than subjective signals across your ecosystem. And all the insights will be updated into your system of records. So what the users will be, as a recruit user or as an ATS user, right? So what you will be experiencing inside of Zoho Recruit is all the interview summaries will be available in one single place. There is no need for you to juggle between multiple systems to get the summaries of one particular interview. And all the candidates' feedbacks will be easy to compare. You'll be able to compare the candidates' evaluation across the interviewers and the job openings. And you will be able to conduct a clear strength and risk assessments of a candidate for any job opening. And the interview results will be faster, and you will be having evidence-based hiring decisions. So how this integration actually works. So when you schedule this interview inside of Zoho Recruit, right, you will be selecting in which platform you will be you have to conduct this interview. And once you select the relevant platform, right, so the system would sync all these records from Zoho Recruit into HireLogic. So the HireLogic will be having details which is the platform it's going to be and when it has to join the particular interview. And once the interview is completed, right, so the HireLogic agent will be sending all the summaries of the interview in the required format that you require into Zoho Recruit. And you will also be able to control what are the data that is getting synced between Zoho Recruit and HireLogic. So far we are syncing the positions, the candidates and the hiring team from Zoho Recruit into HireLogic, and from HireLogic we are syncing the interview notes into Zoho Recruit. So what is not happening is there is no manual data entry. So whatever you create in one single system, which is your Zoho Recruit, will act as a single source of truth, will be synced across different systems, and there will be no disruption will be happening in your workflows, and no raw data or videos will be stored inside of Zoho Recruit, which means you'll be saving tons of space in your SaaS. And this is how it would look like. You'll be able to see how the interview notes that are getting updated into Zoho Recruit. It will be updated in the candidate profile as well, and it all will also get updated in the interviews module as well. And this is how you will be scheduling an inside of Zoho Recruit. So you'll be choosing what provider, which is Google Meets or Zoom or your Microsoft Teams. You'll be selecting in what date and time and what the relevant position or which candidate you are hiring for. And once you do that, right, and once you click on schedule, the system would automatically sync the data with HireLogic as well, and you'll be able to find all the relevant details in HireLogic as well. So this is an automated API. And I said Zoho Recruit acts as a single source of truth. You will be also able to find all the relevant data inside HireLogic as well, which will have a thorough analysis of your interviews, which has your candidate notes, which we also be having different set of analysis, different set of metrics for the particular interview that will be available inside of HireLogic. This can be accessed via Zoho Recruit also. So these are some sample snippets that we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Damo, for your presentation, walking us through the presentation. Thank you so much.
We are Dexian, in the business for good.